on Business Inspire, we're joined by a dynamic entrepreneur whose journey blends education, creativity, and resilience. Zelda Elias is a former modern languages teacher turned business owner, caterer, and artisan. From running Lloyd's catering to designing handcrafted bags inspired by her many travels, Zelda has built a reputation for innovation and passion. She's also a devoted mother, a leader in youth ministry, and a woman determined to open her own elementary school. Her story is one of courage, versatility, and inspiration, and we'd like to explore it. Zelda, thank you very much for agreeing to speak with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Zelda, you started out with the Ministry of Education as a teacher. What it is that inspired your move from the classroom to entrepreneurship?
Well, classroom-wise, as an educator, you have to work with the curriculum. It's more standard. And I have a lot of creativity. How can I explore that? It was a thought for me. And sharing this with my family, my spouse more, I realized that my step needed to be one that is outside of education. And so one day I just made that decision to move from being just an educator to being an entrepreneur where my skills are being shared, not just with my little circle, but with the general country.
I know that for a lot of people, making that decision to change is a big one because you don't know if you're going to succeed and you're leaving surety or certainty for uncertainty. How did you know that, it was going to be okay?
Well, before you do anything, you must make a start somewhere. I started while I was still an educator. I gave people a little bit of me. I showed them what I had to offer. And as people looked and when customers come back to you, they love what you do. It was something for me to realize that, this is a good venture. Let me go along with that. And of course, support from those around you helps you to make that choice when you know that you're not alone and the decision you're making is not going to make you fall.
Now, you're from the West Coast Berbice community of Ithaca. How did your upbringing and your tenure as a teacher actually inspired what you do today?
Well, in our village, in Ithaca, women are taught to be skillful. We put our hands to everything, not just one thing, everything. You name it, we do it. And so growing up, that was something that has been embedded in me, and I live that daily. Even in my educational field, I carried it with me. The thing about it is that as a woman, I believe that you don't want to stay as one thing. You explore, try new things. You don't know what you can do, but when you put your hands out there, man, you make the world change. For me, things have been changing because of these skills.
Now, Lloyd's catering. What sets that service apart from the other catering services that we have?
Well, I'll tell you what. I started it because of my then diet. I was vegan, and you're going out to buy stuff. You want something good, a nice meal, and there's not much option for food when you're a vegan. You either getting a whole lot of staples or a lot of vegetable salads. What happened to other things? I wanted variety, and so I decided I'm going to try mine. I'm going to make stuff. I'm going to put it out there. I realized that I can meet people's needs more than it's being met currently. From my food business, we try to give people quality, as much quality. We cater to diet, we cater to, people look at calories, so we tell them, if you're taking this food, this is how much calories. People would call and ask, can I have something that is just about 500 calories? We plan it out. So we let them know that, here, we're meeting your needs. We focus on organic. We focus on giving them something that fills them, meets their taste bud, and we're consistent in what we do.
So, what would you say was the turning point when you could turn this into a thriving business?
Customers' reaction. They kept coming back. They kept calling. And when you have satisfied customers, you have to reach their needs. And for me, that was a push. Like, I would tell my spouse, do you realize that I'm being called over and over? You know what? We need to move over to this direction. But customer satisfaction was the real reason for me moving deep into this. People were always happy. They'll call, they'll message, tell you.
Now, catering. Then you have this business here, bag making. What inspired this?
Oh, this is from travels. So I traveled overseas. I went to Barbados and more in the US. And I saw some crocheted bags and I fell in love with them and I wanted to know what this material was. I did all search and everything just to get this, and ordered, tried to make it, and over time I realized that these bags are coming out pretty well. I started wearing them and people were excited when they're seeing my bags. They're thinking, are you buying? Where did you buy this from? I didn't buy it, I made it. And so I find that traveling has allowed me to see things wider than what we have to offer right here in Guyana.
What it is that inspires the specific designs? Because it is not only bags that we have on this table, but then we have a crochet toy, you know, we have the tote bags, we have the purse and so on. What inspired them?
So the designs are unique. I think of what I would want, what I would enjoy wearing, what customers would like. So while there are the regular crochet stitches that are done, or crochet that's done on these fabric, I come up with my own designs. There are things I like. I want it to look, if I'm thinking I want it to look like a popcorn, then I make my bag look like a popcorn. I think of little girls and I say, hey, maybe they might want something with a little bow. And so as people share their ideas, I go in, plan it out, sketch it out, create.
How long does it take to do a bag? If somebody calls you, you know, I have an event on Saturday, how long would it take for you to do a piece that they probably might want?
Okay, so the average bag takes between 2 to 3 hours. It doesn't take long. If it's a small purse, within 1 hour, 1 hour and a half max, that's done. All accessories placed on them and ready. If it's a bigger bag, it will take 2 to 3 hours. And it goes on. Or like for my largest bag here, this will take 3 to 4 hours because it's that big. And it requires a lot of fabric. But technically, they're done very fast.
I mean, I would never think that these were, you know, handcrafted bags because they look that good. I mean, and it's not to say that we don't have people who do these kinds of work, but it just looks as though it is something that you will go into a store and purchase. Look at this one, you know, and I love the colors. How do you decide what colors to use?
Well, to be honest, I listen to people. I listen to customers a lot. People will say, hey, I need a color that is with green, with some gray inside of it or a silver. People ask for different things. I make. I custom make. And it's not just me. I have others who will work along with me so that we meet all of these customers' demands. Colors are inspired by what the customers ask for.
Now, this seems like a full-time job. But then you also have a full-time job, which is catering. How have you been balancing the two of them? And then we can go into the little carpentry.
Oh, so it's not hard to balance. So catering is, what should I say? It's a small business. And it's not every day somebody will need catering. So we channel our resources where the demand is most. If more people want bags, then we give them bags. If we have catering, we do catering. So we channel our resources there. We're not, at no time have we felt any pressure in meeting these needs.
How do you, is there like a team you will work with to produce these bags?
Yes. So we have young ladies. Well, this is where we give back to community. I have, my sister is one of them. She grew with me. And I taught her. And then we have other young ladies. As long as you see them and they're looking to learn a skill, you teach them. And so they become a part of the team. So it's not just me. When it comes to the special designs, of course, that's me. I want to put in something extra, that's me. But soon they will be doing that too.
Tailoring and furniture making. Oh, talk to me about those two.
Okay, so I do enjoy doing those things. I love woodwork. And whenever people call, like a new school might be opening, or there's a function for little children and they would like to have some fancy looking chair or table, I make them. I love woodwork, as I said, really, really love it. And so I would get my things together, I'll cut them out, put them together. It doesn't take long. One little chair with the design of a pup or a cat or penguin, whatever shape they want it to be, it takes roughly 1 hour to put together. It doesn't take that long. And once you have your right tools, it's good to work with. As it relates to tailoring, that's not something that's everyday demand. People come just whenever there's a need. And so it's not hard to channel resources in that direction.
Do you see, having all of these skills as a strength in business?
Yeah, yes, definitely. You're never out of work. That's one for sure. But I am able to manage much more. And it helps to open opportunities, not just for me, but for many other persons. It opens employment. It helps people to see that you're not limited to just one thing. You can do multiple things at the same time. Just have to know to manage them.
Yeah. You said earlier that your husband, plays a key role in encouraging you to step into entrepreneurship. How important has family support been to this journey?
And any business you're going to do, if you have family support, you're on. My husband is, I tell people he is my great resource. He's my strength. He consistently encourages me. He sees what I don't even see sometimes. And he say, you can do this, do this. So whenever I need any tool, anything, as long as he can meet that, he comes and he says, look, I'm in, let me help you. And not just him, my children, they help. Currently, my second son is creating my website, and he helps to manage that. He helps to manage my Facebook account, all of that. So family support, I don't have to worry about that. And because they're there, life is a little easier.
I know that it is a challenge. You mentioned your children. A lot of people find it challenging to get their children involved in their business. So you will find that first generation businesses close because the children are not interested. How were you able to get your children interested in what it is you're doing? For me, you have to look at what they're good at. And I recognize one is good at putting his hands to things. I recognize the other is very good with technology. And in business, all of these things are necessary. So I work with what they have. And of course, there are times when you'll sit and talk with them and show them the importance of this. While I'm making things, they come out. They look at me, they're like, okay, so this is what you do. And I would
tell them, come take a try. Try to cut this, try to paint this, try to sand this. And they do it. They're willing. It's all about your relationship with them, understanding them, and giving them that opportunity to explore it.
Now, you are deeply involved in your community. You're also religious. So tell me, how would you say your faith has influenced your decisions and your goals?
I believe that God is the giver of all things. And when I plan anything, I don't make that step without God. And He opens the doors. So I consistently pray. I talk to God about everything. And well, in our faith, because I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, we believe in helping or meeting the needs of others. And so because I still focus on that, I want to help others, I push for business. It's not just to give customer satisfaction, but meet the community's needs. Whatever it is, we are able to meet it.
You were a teacher. You're interested in continuing to share your knowledge. You want to start an elementary school. Explain to us why.
So I still love teaching. I still do. This is my opportunity to explore, but I can bring my creativity to youths. And I believe the elementary stage is a pivotal point in one's life. What they learn there helps them to be able to navigate life generally. Though I was centered in the secondary level, it opened my eyes to see that a lot of children are missing foundation. And so I started my plans on elementary school. Currently, I am working towards opening one for September. It is planned to meet the needs of those little ones. I can be able to now bring creativity, not just curriculum, but now the little knowledge that I have, I can be able to impart it to them, so they're going to learn skills, not just what the curriculum has to offer.
Looking ahead, where would you want to see your business and the community projects you are doing in another 5 years?
I'm looking at it being expanded. I see that it will be expanded. I can't say what next 5 years will give us, but I do know that it's not going to be something that's fallen. I see myself having a school that is being run by many staff members from all walks of life, people with skills. I see children being able to have knowledge that still helps us to transition from where we are to them. I don't want to take away what's happening now in children's lives, but I still want to be able to bridge some gap. I do see the business expanding, and I want to stick with just that. It's going to become big.
What would you want your legacy to be, if I can ask you that?
I really don't know how much to say here, but I'll tell you what. In my mind, when people think of me, they must be able to say, this is somebody who gave to the community. This is somebody who loved. I really love. Sometimes I love a little too much, but I want people to be able to say that because of something I have done, they are able to become better in their personal life.
My last question. If you could give one piece of advice to women in Guyana, what would that be?
Oh, you can do anything. You don't limit yourselves. For me, I would say pray, and whatever is the skill you have, use it. Don't wait until something big comes. If you have to start small, whatever little you have, start with it. It goes a long way.
If persons want to get onto you, how can they do that?
Well, they can get on to me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I have my website, so My Facebook account is LCZ for the bags. It's LCZ Atelier. And all of the other information as it relates to this bag or these bags, you can find the website information there, the phone number, anything that you need is on that website.
Thank you
Or
very
you can
much.
call too. You can call. So
Yeah.
my number is 647-7862 or 604-3289.
Well, Zelda, it was a pleasure talking to you. And, I should say congratulations and I wish you success in
Thank
everything
you.
that you do. So, for persons who are interested in any of Zelda's bags, you can contact her. And I think that these are good gift ideas for persons. So you can give somebody something, a bag that is, handmade, and you can even design that bag and ask Zelda to make it.
Yep.